This is really interesting. It says Carl.
What in the world is that? I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Hey, it's Jason with Denwerks. Got something pretty cool today. It's a 1968 Cougar. Really nice little car. We're gonna do a little walk around here and I'll just show you different stuff about it. We'll do a full walk around underneath, interior, you know, trunk and underneath the hood. So we'll just start here in the front to the back. Also, if you want to check out my Instagram page, it's Denwerks Survivor Cars. And you can check us out on Facebook and stuff, just learn a little bit more about us. I also have a website, denwerks.com. So we'll just walk around here from the front to the back. I've sold 140 cars on, well, 145 cars on Bring a Trailer now. So we're shooting for 200 by the end of the year. We'll see what happens. So we're gonna go ahead and show you the headlights working. I love the hideaway headlights on these cars. You can see that side is a little bit slower than the other side, but you can see the lights are working. We got bright lights. We got turn signals, right and left, and go ahead and shut them off. The neat thing about these headlights, they're actually vacuum operated, and so sometimes when the vacuum isn't working correctly, you know, when you come out in the morning, the lights are flipped up. These ones actually, the canister's good, so they do stay down. So we'll just go ahead and look at the grill here. You know, it actually is in really nice shape, but you will see one little kind of repair right here in this section, but the rest of it actually looks nice. The car is actually a really nice driver overall. It's not perfect, but it's a very, very nice car in general. The bumper hasn't been re-chromed. You'll see little nicks, little scratches on it in general. This here is a little bug. We like these here where I live. You'll see there's just a handful of little tiny chips. We'll see, you can see a little chip right there. You know, a little chip that's been touched up right there. So sometimes if you see me pointing at something, that's what I'm pointing at. I love the nose on these because they really did a great job. That does look like the snout to me of a Cougar. I just think they're a beautiful car. You know, they're connected with the Mustang obviously, and I've owned a ton of Mustangs and I've owned a lot of Cougars, and I just think the Cougar's just a nicer car. You know, definitely has still all the same performance and everything, but I think that it's a little bit longer wheelbase and they just drive really, really nice. We'll go ahead and look around the wheel lips. You'll see some little marks on the wheel lip molding, but nothing major. Go ahead and turn the side marker light on there. You see the side marker light works. The one in the back I'll show you, that's not actually a light, it's actually a reflector on this year here. So 1967 and 68 are the first gen, and then you had 69 and 70, and then 71 through 73, and then but I love the 67 and 68 Cougar. This is a polar white, and someone did a nice job on it. The top is actually original. I'll show you that in a second. You'll see that there's no rust bubbles in the bottom of the fenders. The door looks clean. You'll see a little chip here that's been touched up, but overall pretty nice car. When you look down the side, it's hard to tell out in the sun, so hopefully you can see it. You know, it is white, but it has a little bit of wave in the doors, in the quarter. It's not horrible, but you can see it a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. In the shade or in a dark shop or something, you'll see it a little bit more, but overall looks really good. The rockers are really nice. We'll put it up on my lift so you can see it, but there's no bubbles or anything like that. Original quarter panels are on it. You'll see a little, there's kind of a little ding with a little touch-up paint on it. Little touch-up paint there. Little chip that's been touched up. You'll see a little bit of crazing on the door handle. You know, they make reproductions of a lot of this stuff if you wanted to get new brightware and stuff. A little bit of crazing there on the mirror. This is actually a power mirror, and you can I think it is. Doesn't have a... Yep, I lied to you. I thought this was one with the remote in there. Gotta lie to you every once in a while. So, look back here around the wheel well. Very, very nice. No bubbles like you see. And you'll see here some little scratching around that piece. The wheels are 14. And the tires are P15, 70, 14s all the way around. This is the Cougar rally wheel. They look a lot like a Mustang wheel, a rally wheel, but the Mustang has a little cutout right there. But these wheels are in really good shape. You can see the correct trim ring and everything on it. The tires, the day code, I think was 2001, so it is an older tire, but I've inspected these a lot and there's no cracking or anything. They're actually really nice on the car. If you're worried about it, you can put new tires on it eventually, but I mean, myself, I think these tires are in really nice shape overall. There's no bubbles around the quarter panel. You know, the body line looks really good. You see here, the body line is very, very nice. There is some little imperfections in the paint. There's some tiny little bubbles on the door, not rust bubbles, it's just a little tiny, you can't even see them out here honestly, but there's a couple little spots on the car, maybe a little micro blister of some sort, but out in the sun here you won't see it. You can see a couple little spots right there that are very minor, but overall a really nice driver. I'm going to go ahead and flip it around so you can see it on the other side in general, and we'll take a look at the top then too. Okay, here we are. I just wanted to flip it around so you get a little better look at it. You know, it actually sounds really good. Go ahead and rev it up a little bit. You know, sounds really nice. It's got a 302 in it. It's a factory 2-barrel car, but it's been upgraded with a Edelbrock carburetor and Holley intake. Holley carburetor, and so it's got a 4-barrel on it now. It is a numbers matching motor. It's stamped on the back. You'll see the photos of that, and maybe I'll be able to show you in the video, but we'll go ahead and show you the lights. One thing I like about the Cougars, we're going to put tail lights on. You can see the tail lights are working, and then brakes. And then one thing I love about these cars is the sequential tail lights. Go ahead and turn the tail or the blinkers. See how that? Really cool. And both sides work. So a lot of these Cougars don't work at all. So, and the reverse lights work. You can see there. So we'll go ahead and walk around. I'll show you some more stuff about it. The tail lights themselves, the lenses look really, really nice. You know, the chrome is actually pretty nice. You can see one little ding right here on the trunk lip molding. Again, the same thing with this bumper. Here you can see some little scratches and things, but they look really good. Love the license plate. If you look down the side, again, you can see it's actually really nice and straight, but you'll see a little bit of waves in general down the side. I haven't seen any major accident on this car, any major repairs or anything like that. It's got original floors and everything. The frame rails look good. We'll get it up on the lift. But when we opened the trunk, it looked like it was butted in just a little bit. There was some damage here. It was pretty minor, but I'll show you that in general. But they've got it all nice and straight now. Again, no rust around the wheel lips. You're gonna see little nicks. You'll see little chips and different things, but overall really nice. We'll go ahead and take a look at the top. In great condition. You can see here they put speakers in the back in the package tray. It does have an upgraded radio, I'll show you, which is pretty cool. Still looks like a Cougar radio. You can see here there was a little patch right here where it had split. But this is the original top on the car, which is actually pretty impressive. A lot of the times these get all bubbly and stuff. This top is really in nice shape. There's a couple little dents on the top, real light. One right there. We'll walk around to the other side and take a look at that. You know, it's nothing major, but if you're walking around, you'll see a little indention right there, and I think you can see that in the photo. We're gonna go back here and take a look at the door. Again, the body lines, really nice. You know, overall it looks good. I like the little pinstripe. You see there's no rust bubbles or anything in the doors. A couple little imperfections and stuff you'll see in the paint. A couple little micro blisters on the door. Again, out in the sun or the car show, cars of coffee, no one would even notice or say a thing. You can see here the fender looks nice. You know, everything is pretty clean. No chips in the windshield or anything like that. You'll see the VIN number right there, and then the matching one on the door. And I'm gonna, before I go to the interior, I just wanted to show you this because I never noticed it. You can see the dash pad is actually really nice. You can see a couple little cracks right there at the back of the speaker and where the defrost comes out. So you can't really see it from inside. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. We're gonna take a look at some other things. Nice little Cougar. Okay, here we are. We're going to take a look at the interior real fast, but first I wanted to show you that I can stick a key in a doorknob, but I want to show you that the door lock does work. They work on both sides. And the other thing I'll show you real fast is how nice the door's shut. Just a nice sound. So we'll go ahead and take a look inside here. You know, this is the factory color. It's a blue vinyl. And you'll see on the door tag over here, the code is 1B, and M is the color, but you'll be able to decode that out on the auction. So everything's been built back to the way the car was brand new. You know, the seats are actually really nice. They have been redone. Carpet is in very nice condition. You see the back of the seats look good. All the seat belts and everything are in it. The dash pad is in really nice shape, but earlier I showed you those couple little cracks up in the front, which I wouldn't be able to get from here. If you look across the dash, it's all laid out and looks good. Overall, you can see a little bit of wear from the steering wheel where the paint rubbed through, and it does have a wrap around it. But if you feel around, I haven't taken it off, there is a couple cracks in the wheel, but I think there was a bigger little section about that, if I could feel it right there. But overall, really nice. The nice thing about this car is actually pretty interesting because it's not an XR7, but it does have disc brakes and it does have AC. And we'll show you underneath the hood. It's all been restored, and the AC actually does work, so it blows ice cold, which is nice in general. We'll take a look at the back seat real fast. You know, again, in good shape. You'll see a little bit of wear, a couple little scuffs, a couple little cut marks on these panels. But again, they look good. I'm going to go ahead and roll down the windows. The windows actually roll down really nice. I'll just show you real fast there. You'll see here they could use new window felts. They're starting to go bad. We'll show you the other side. Keegan already did that side and he's doing that side. The windows roll up and down really nice, actually. I'm just doing this real fast for you. You know, there's no noise or anything like that, no stuttering. So they're actually in pretty good shape. Original door panels, you'll see a little scuff marks and different things. This little Audi thing here, they actually have little clips that go around all the way around, and this one came out a little bit and pushed on the vinyl a little bit. You can see the rubber door gasket, looks good. You'll see photos in the auction underneath there. I'm not going to crawl underneath there right now, but you can see all the rubber, looks nice. You'll see a little tape line, and what they did when they painted it, originally they painted the door pan, or the what are these called? The door jambs. They painted those first, and then they came back and taped it off right there, and hopefully you can see that. If I was gonna do this myself, I would have taped it off here along this line, not there. But the reason they did that, they were afraid when they were painting it, it would leave it dry right there. But that's the way they did it. You could wet sand this a little bit and polish it and probably take that out. You know, the quarter panels are original. This here, I'm not 100% for sure what's going on there. It's not rust, and it's not a rust bubble or anything like that. They might have did some welding here, but I don't see any signs of anything on it. I mean, it could be from the factory in general. So, but the quarter panels haven't been replaced. I'll show you pictures up underneath. Rest of the door jambs look really, really nice condition overall. So, I was going to show you the headliner real fast. Headliner looks good. You can see the lap belts are up there, the shoulder belts are up there. So I'm going to go ahead and real quickly show you the other side. Okay, I just wanted to show you this door. Shuts nice. I'm not gonna show you the door lock because I don't have the key in my hand now, but it does work good. You know, again, the dash is in good shape. There's the factory air conditioning vent. You know, again, the carpet looks good. I like the Cougar floor mats. Look pretty neat. You can see underneath the floor, it's in good shape too. We'll go ahead and take a look inside here. No rust, no damage inside there. You know, the car's just a really nice driver overall, and I think someone will be really proud of it. I mean, I am. I mean, I know I own it now, but this is a nice little car and one that you can really enjoy. So we'll go ahead and show you some more stuff. Okay, we're going to take a look underneath the hood here real fast. There's a little latch up underneath there, and you pull it, and then you lift open the hood at the same time. You know, again, underneath the hood is actually really nice. And one of the things I didn't mention to you earlier, you know, this does have disc brakes on it on the front, and it has factory air conditioning and power steering, and the AC does work. So that's actually a huge benefit. Most of the time you get these cars and AC doesn't work, you know, everyone says, well, it's got AC, but it costs a lot of money to get that operational again. So you've got ice cold air for sure. But the other thing I want to look at up here in general, it is a 302. It does have a 4-barrel sticker on it. This is a 2-barrel car, but it's been upgraded with a Edelbrock intake and Holley carburetor, 600 CFM, and you'll see pictures of the air cleaner off. But it does look really stock underneath the hood. You know, no one would really know unless you saw the intake manifold. And I'm kind of weird myself. Sometimes I paint those blue because I don't want anyone to know. I just want it to look stock. You can see here, it's got its tube still. The really nice thing here is a lot of times these cars get really rusty right in these sections, and this one here is really, really clean. You can see all the spot welds. You know, the back of the cowl looks good. You know, no signs of any accidents. Radiator support looks original. Inner aprons look original. When I have it up on my lift, you'll be able to see that some more. So up here looks really good. Original radiator and fan shroud. Why don't we go ahead and start it up? We've already had it running, but when it's cold, it actually starts really good. Car doesn't blow any smoke or anything. That was a pretty smooth move. 9 times out of 10 that doesn't happen, but today it did, and I don't want to redo the video. So anyways, runs really good. Go ahead and rev it up a little bit. You know, it sounds good. One thing I forgot, does the horn work? Horn works. And then we got wipers. So everything seems in good order. I just noticed this blew off, which made me think, what about the wiper squirters? I didn't tell them how to do it. I think there's a little button on the floor. If you look in here, guys, see that little there's a little foot pedal. You push on that. Actually, they work. See them squirting. Do it again. This one here is a little clogged, so we'll get that one unclogged, but those actually work. So anyways, we'll go ahead and show you some more stuff. Hey, I just wanted to mention real fast that when I bought this car from this retired gentleman, he had a credit of $163.26 at West Coast Classic Cougar. They're actually the premier Cougar dealer with parts and restoration and stuff like that, and a lot of knowledge there. And so anyways, this credit of $163.26 got forwarded to the car. I've already verified it with Don at West Coast Classic Cougar, and he was mentioning to me that he actually had a kit. You can see here it's got these droopy, not bad, but they droop just a little bit, and some people will put a little piece of wood or something underneath there. But he's got a little kit for that. And anyways, if there's anything that little upgrades you want to do or anything, they'll be shipped for free because he's just right around the corner from me, and so we can put it in the car. He was talking about, you know, you could put the Cougar floor mats and different things. So that definitely is part of the sale, and I just got off the phone with him. I wasn't going to call and ask him about it, but we talked about it, and that will be forwarded to a credit to the car for the new owner. So as soon as you win it, it is no reserve. I'll forward your name to them, and they'll help you out. So thank you. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the trunk here real fast. I love this little flip up here. You will see a little pitting right there, but that's just one of the nicer things about Cougar in general. I did take some of this apart a little bit. We do have the original spare, and you can see it does have a cover like you see in the pictures. Original jack. You know, it's nice to have these. These sell for about $100 in general. It does have the little covers that cover the taillight panel. You know, you can see it hasn't been hit in the back. It's actually really clean. They did put a underlayment mat in here that's glued down, so I can't really pull that up because they've glued it in here, and I just don't want to rip it all out. But this is the spot area here that I was talking about earlier, where there was a little denting here where it might have got into a little bit here from a little tiny, someone backed into something or something, but it's been repaired. But you'll see that in general. You know, it does have the original quarter panels up underneath here. You know, it's not spliced in or anything like that. If you're wondering what that is for the air shocks. So you can fill it up right there. And they are balanced, so they pump both of them up at the same time. Go ahead and look at this side real fast. Back behind the tail light, looks good. And it's not hit or anything like that. You know, one spot that they rust a lot is down here in the bottom. This one's actually really clean down there. So if we look up inside this quarter, well, it's a little dark, but there is no seaming or anything in there. this out, but it's just glued down pretty heavy. If you look up here, the trunk, bottom of the trunk looks good. Right here is a notorious spot for these to rust out. You can see it's got little factory drains right there. They're not clogged. So this one was saved for sure. Rubber gasket looks good. Gutter area, original spot welds. Looks in really good condition overall. You'll notice here, where's the gas? Right there. So Mercury did a good job on these cars for sure. Okay, here we are behind the wheel. Real fast here, I just wanted to show you different things. We're going to drive it here in a minute so you can see some different stuff. But first I wanted to show you the indicators are working on the dash. You can see the blinker is working right there. You know, if you turn the headlights on, it's kind of dim, but you can see the bright light come on. Oh, it's up there, sorry. Hopefully you can see that. Turn on. You know, and this is, you know, it's not really warm yet, but you can see the temperature gauge is working. And typical car salesman fashion, it's on E, so I'm afraid to drive it too far, but we'll drive it a little bit. But the gas gauge does work. I'll put gas in it, obviously. You know, the wiper I already showed you works. You know, it does have that radio, AM, FM, and it does work. Sorry I didn't have the station on, but they did a nice job to make it look like a Cougar radio. One thing I didn't check, you know, look in here, it's a non-smoker, but I'll check that real quick. You can see the indicator lights all work, and I just wanted to look here real quick, see if this, see that's glowing red. So if you want to take up smoking, you can. I wouldn't suggest that you did. But you can put your USB in there, and then also the AC, which, let's see, put it on cool. There we go with the fan. And hopefully you can hear that. You can hear the engine idle down. So the AC does work, and obviously I can't put it through the video to show you it's blowing cold, but it actually feels good, nice and cold. So anyways, we're gonna cruise around here and take you for a little drive. Wanted to pull this in the shade just so you can see a couple other little things that I was talking about in general. Up here on the hood, you know, sometimes cars look different in the shade than in the sun, and I don't think you're going to be able to see them. If we get down here low, there was a couple little little micro blisters up here, and even in the shade I'm having a hard time, but there's a couple right there. And then you can see, I was just showing you some of the little tiny waves in the body. You know, hopefully you can see that a little bit better. I mean, it's not that a lot of people complain about it. You can see little things like that. Right here, you'll see a couple of those little imperfections in the paint. Hopefully you can see that. Just around that area. Just wanted to look down this corridor real fast. You know, nothing there. Mostly on the door, and the hood on both doors. So I just want to take a look at this door real fast. If you get down here low, you can see a little bit of waviness. Again, not really horrible. I'm not trying to beat up my own car, but I just want you to know exactly what you're getting. You'll see some little imperfections there, but I mean, you have to, I mean, I'm looking really close to see that stuff, so hopefully I'm not being too nitpicky. I just want you to know exactly what it is. So, nice car. We'll show you some more. Okay, here we are. We're going to take a look underneath the Cougar real fast. That's probably the second thing I'm going to look at when I'm looking in person. Is everything can look great on the outside, but you know, 5 minutes later, I'm underneath looking at the structure and stuff. That's the most important thing on a classic car in general. You know, it's actually really clean underneath here. You're still going to see all the still photos and everything, but I just want to be able to poke at things and talk about different things this way. So if you look at the front valance, actually really clean, looks nice, no rust bubbles. Bottom of the fenders look good. You know, a notorious spot on these cars is the front frame rail, and it actually looks in really, really good condition. Not just from damage or anything like that, but no rust. If you look up at the inner apron here in the engine compartment, it actually looks really nice. Back behind the headlights look good as well. No accident damage, no rust or anything like that. Up here you can see the springs. You can see a lot of, you know, someone's probably ran grease in these Zert fittings a lot, because you can see a lot of debris around these. But, you know, dust boots and stuff look good, not cracked or anything like that. The brake line looks really clean. Overall, you can see someone put a couple little spacers in the front springs. It does have air shocks in the back, which I'll show you, but that's probably an easier fix later on down the road if you want to. They're probably just trying to level it out, just put new springs in it. But if you wanted a little bit of a lower look, you could take those out and lower the front end a little bit, but they've got them spaced out. You can see it's got disc brakes on it. We'll take the wheels off so you can see pictures of the brakes. I've already seen them before and they look actually really good. Drums in the back and disc in the front. Go ahead and look at this hose, no cracks or anything. Go ahead and look at the battery box. You know, no rust around it, no accident damage behind the headlight area. Everything looks real good. Up inside here, the bottom of the cowl area, footwell, again, very, very clean overall. I haven't seen any oil leaks or anything. We did change the oil. Motor mounts look good. We didn't do anything with the oil pan because we haven't had really any leaks on it. We're going to put valve cover gaskets on it as well. There was a little bit of seeping that I seen. We put a new transpan gasket on it, new filter, and then we also put a shift shaft seal right here because this was leaking pretty bad. So, but overall, if you look here, frame rails look really, really nice. A lot of times you'll see big dents on those from people running over curbs and stuff and jacking them up. These are actually really, really clean overall. Frame rail again, very, very nice. These are called torque boxes. On 67 Mustangs in back, they'd have one torque box, and in 68 they added two. I know that's for sure on Mustangs, and I believe so for Cougars as well. This is not a rust hole. Here's just where they met up. You can see there. Inner rockers and floors, got original floors. Really in nice condition. You can see the floor from this side and the frame rail. You know, obviously these have not been replaced. You know, if I had this on the ground and I was looking and I thought it was kind of suspect, I'd reach up in this area with my hand and see if I felt the seam. But You know, I knew exactly when I looked at this that these are original. You can see the original spot welds on the rockers. Drains are free and clear. If you've got a classic car, make sure those are free, because that's where rust starts up in here. You can see there's no rust in this seam here. You can see it's got like dual flow masters. I think those are 2 1/4 pipes. You've got an H pipe in the center. You know, with flow masters. Actually, exhaust sounds really good, which you've already heard. Got the air shocks in the back. You see the rear end tag. It's a 3 ratio there. So nice cruising gears. This is another area here, you know, no rust. You know, it's all the hidden spots on these cars on the insides. I've seen a lot of cars that are rusty in this area. And the other thing we're looking for is no kinks in the frame rail. And this one actually looks really good. Tells you that the car hasn't been hit hard in the back or anything like that. Really nice frame rails. Take a look at these. A lot of times they'll get bubbly here. You know, this one's really nice. Very straight. You can see back here, trunk drop-off pan. Again, very clean. We'll hop on the other side. This trunk drop-off is in great shape. You can see the original spot welds going across there. Again, we'll just take a look at this frame rail real fast. Very clean. Just this area on this side looks good. You can see where the shocks mount. You know, very nice condition. You can see here the gas tank has probably been replaced at some point. Probably looks like in the last 5 or 10 years. Rear valance looks good. This area here isn't all rusty. It's got all the factory lines. So hopefully that gives you a good look. We'll just take a look at the rockers real fast on the outside. You know, again, very clean. Take a look at this side real fast. You know, if you got any questions or anything, just give me a call. You can make comments on the auction and stuff, and we'd be glad to help out. So it's no reserve, and excited for someone to take this home.